Like, I remember one time, me and my brother playing in the room, and then all of a sudden, Daniel, nigga, come here. We go into the living room. My mom's standing by the door. My dad's standing by the kitchen. And my mom's like, me and your dad are separating. Who do you guys want to go with? Just straight like that. No warning, no nothing. Me instantly start crying. But instantly I go to my mom. My brother hesitates a little bit. And I think he ends up choosing my dad. But then my mom's like, no, you don't get a choice actually. You're coming with me. And then I was just crying the whole time, like, what's going on? What's this? And I remember just grabbing a little lunchbox I had filled with coins. And I think that's like one of the only things I took that day. Just because I thought we were going to need some money. Or just because I thought maybe it will make it easier. And all that is sad, man. That happened, bro. And I have other experiences like that, and I don't know if I really feel comfortable sharing them all, but my dad wasn't a good guy. My dad really ain't shit. Straight up, it's just how it is. I didn't have a father figure for I don't even know for how long, honestly, but eventually my stepfather came into my life, and that man, he's a real man, and I love him. He's not perfect, but I love him. And one thing I remember growing up, and one thing I always see, I don't know, I always have such a good memory for certain things, and the things I remember sometimes aren't always the prettiest, but I remember them. I don't know why. I guess because they're so, I don't know, maybe they just engraved in me, right? But I remember my mom and my dad would always argue. Always argue. And then I remember a few times where they've actually ended up separating, and me and my brother had to choose who we're staying with. And I'd always choose my mom. No questions asked. I love my mom. But one thing I've never really tried to figure out was how it affected me, and how it affects me still to this day. Seeing my parents argue all the time. One thing I do think I do have is like a separation anxiety or something of that nature, just because I would always be so sad, so like I'd be crying and like crazy every time my parents got in a fight or even an argument. Even when my stepdad came into my life and my mom and him had arguments, it would always just make me cry, bro. And I would always think about them separating, and it always just really cut deep and really made me feel some type of way. And maybe that's why I feel like that when in my relationship, right? When things are about to give. And don't get me wrong, I handle things, I'm not gonna say I'm perfect, but I feel like I handle them in a decent way. Not perfect. But maybe that gotta do something. I don't know. But every time these arguments would happen, man, I'd be so sad. And at times it would literally just let me, like, I would literally be having a good night or a good day, and then maybe I'd take off my headset, because I used to be a gamer and I used to always be on the game, and I'd take off my headset real quick and I hear them arguing, and instantly I just shut down. Boom. Boom. And then I just start sitting there, and then when it got real serious, then I would start crying, and I try to drown it out by watching some YouTube videos from YouTubers that I enjoyed at the time. Or sometimes I would go back to like, and I don't know, maybe it's kind of sad, But sometimes I go back, if you guys know who the Shaytards are, or boyfriend versus girlfriend vlogs, like I'd go watch them, and then that'd be my little like happy place in a way. And really, the Shaytards is because it was a fan, and I guess now there's hella like things that came out with them, but like back then it was just a family, and they were all together, and they looked happy, right? On camera, everything looks good, but like in real life, I think they had their own issues, which is normal, right? I don't know what issues exactly, so it might not be normal, but then I would just look at that and just want that for our family. And I'd always just remember crying, man. It'd always be late at night too, huh? And then eventually it got to the point where I kind of got numb to it and I stopped caring in a way. But I think I just told myself that because then I would still really feel the effects from it. And the effects that I would have from my parents arguing were lack of motivation, drive, and just overall mood, right? And it's like it's sad to think about because you should not be having those feelings from your parents, man. But I don't know, it's interesting because that's just how life ends up being, right? People have disagreements, people fall out of love maybe. Or it's just some people, in my case, my dad wasn't a good man, fool. That fool was a piece of shit, real shit. I don't even talk to that fool to this day. I might touch on that on another video, but this one I'm really just talking about the arguments I had growing up, man, because you might be in the household right now and they may be arguing from time to time or daily or however often they do it, man, and it really throws you off balance, shifts your energy around, and really just makes you feel bad, man. It really does. And the thing is, I wish I could tell you something that would make it feel better, but the thing is that nothing really does. Not when it comes to your parents fighting, man. The only thing that helped me eventually, and this is a recent discovery of mine, right? Not even a discovery, but this is just with my mindset changing, I came to this realization. If they end up like separating, I'm gonna love each one of them no matter what. Unless, you know what I'm saying, like some crazy shit. But I'm gonna have love for both of them. And I want the best for them. And if the best for them is to be separated, then that's just what it has to be. Yeah, it's gonna be sad. Yeah, I'm gonna miss both of them being together. But at the end of the day, you got one life, short life. You gotta try to enjoy. And what I mean by enjoy, because clearly you're gonna have bad days and all that. That's normal. But what I mean by enjoy is not have that or that person or those things in your life that just bring you negative energy all the time. Because if you have that around you, man, it's just draining, and you deserve better. And in a way, it's so hard when it's your parents and you have no means to move out or separate yourself from them. And it's so fucked up, because all you can do is somehow try to drown it out, or you just go so numb to it that it may affect you in the long run, man. Depending what type of experience you really have with it and what you really go through with it, you know? But that's really the only thing I can say about it, man. Just know that you'll have love for both of them. And if they're better off separated, then that's just what it has to be. My parents argued a lot, and it affected me deeply. And I don't know what effect it has on me now, but one thing I do know is that I do not want to end up in a bad relationship with my significant other. And a big part of that has to do with the relationship my mom and my dad had. And I know I'm not perfect, but I try to learn, grow, and just be a better man. Because I want my family one day. And if I'm like that to my family, I will not tolerate that, man. I do not want that for my family. Not at all. And it's a hard thing because it really fucks with you, man. And if you're in that situation, man, hopefully what I said helped. If not, then you'll find something eventually. Just don't let it affect you in a sense. Don't let it destroy your future relationships, man. Take care.